Hello, students, and how are you today? It's a crisp, beautiful fall day today, and we have one last day in November. So let's get started. For our do now, we want to thoughtfully answer the question about somebody we admire. So start thinking about that now. For our objective, we will continue to practice multiplying fractions. Lots of practice makes us really good at it. Our essential question is how can I, remember, accurately, no mistakes, multiply fractions when more than three fractions are multiplied? So we're making them a little bit harder. Our assignment for today will be to watch the video and complete the assigned problems. That's one page today of work. For our exit ticket, we want to fill out this sentence, complete this sentence. When multiplying a whole number by a fraction, I rewrite the whole number as a fraction with a blank of blank. So we'll get to that in a few minutes. For homework, please finish up any work you did not complete in class today, including your do nows and your exit tickets. Those are done in teams, but we do our math work on the physical paper that you all have. Remember some important notes here. So let's star that. To get full participation credit, please turn your camera on for the first few minutes for our opening discussion of class. And at the end of the period, I do want you to show your work by holding it up to the camera on your computer. On Wednesday, we always have a mini quiz, a little assignment, so please take the weekly quiz in teams. This counts for your attendance on Wednesday, and it counts as a grade, of course. So remember those things. But if you're new to our class and you have any questions, or anyone who has any questions, make sure you send me an email. So remember, following directions in class is very important, especially when you're distance learning, and that's what we're all doing this week. When you watch the videos and watch the directions carefully, you know what is expected of you to do the thing you really want to do, which is succeed in math class. So I have a fun math fact for you today. So if you have 23 people in a room, so that would be like about a classroom perhaps, there is a 50%, a 1 in 2%, 1 in 2 chance or 50% chance that two people have the same birthday. So the next time you're in a crowded room, a classroom, or a large family gathering, hopefully always wearing masks, take an inventory and let's see if anybody has your birthday or if there are two other people that have the same birthday. Just a fun little math fact for you today. So for our do now, we're asked to think of someone we admire, we look up to them, somebody maybe we want to be a little bit like them. What are they doing that has captured your admiration? So when I think of people I admire, they're always very level-headed. So I seem to admire people who have self-discipline and can control their feelings. I also admire people who have a really good work ethic. So those are the people I admire. So I guess those are the qualities that are important to me. Who do you admire? And when you think about that person you admire, think about why you admire them. Because if you think about why you admire them, then you're thinking about the qualities that you value most. So think about that and maybe write a little sentence about that. So let's move on. There's our exit ticket. We will get back to that. And then we'll start with today's problem. So today is November 30th. Write your name with the date. You are working on the pages in your book. So these are the self-checking problems. We're going to start with the first problem, and then we're going to end up with, as our last answer, we're supposed to end up with 1/8. So whatever answer we get, we will put on this line and this line. And hopefully we end up with 1/8 as the last answer. So we're starting out with a problem with 3 fractions that we will multiply 8/9 times 1/2 times 9/10. So I wrote that down on a second piece of paper. virtual paper, as it were. So let's just do the first two. So we have 8 over 9 multiplied by 1 over 2. Remember, we always have that opportunity to cross cancel. 2 goes into itself one time, and 8 is divisible by 2 4 times. Now we multiply straight across. 4 times 1 is 4. 9 times 1 is 9. Now we're going to take that 4/9 and multiply it by 9/10. And again, we have an opportunity to cross cancel. 9 goes into itself one time, so that makes that very simple. 4 and 10 are both divisible by 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Multiplying straight across, 2 times 1 is 2, and 1 times 5 is 5. And that is our final answer, 2/5. So we'll write that here, and we'll write that here. So our next problem, 3/4 times 2/5. I think we have room to do that on our paper here. 3/4 times 2/5. I like you to get in the habit, students, of using this little dot for multiplication, because as you move into algebra, that's the way things are done. We will not be using this in algebra because it can be too easily confused with the letter X, which we use very often in algebra. Okay, so can I cross cancel? Well, I can. I have a 4 and a 2, which are both divisible by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Multiplying straight across, 3 times 1 is 3. 2 times 5 is 10. That's a final answer. We'll write that right here. And we'll write that right here. Okay, I think we maybe should use our separate paper to do this one. We have three fractions, 5/7 times 3 times 3/10. So that's number 3, which is 5/7 times 3 times 3/10. And what we will do is give that whole number a denominator of 1. So let's start with 5/7 times 3/1. There's no cross simplifying. 5 times 3 is 15. 7 times 1 is 7. Now we have to multiply by the third number. 15/7 times 3/10. And I do see an opportunity to cross simplify. Both 15 and 10 are divisible by 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Multiplying straight across, in the numerator, 3 times 3 is 9. In the denominator, 7 times 2 is 14. And that is a final answer. It cannot be simplified any further. So we'll put that here, and we'll put that here, 9/14. So now we have 9/14 times 7/8. And we do have an opportunity to cross simplify. I see the 7 and the 14. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 14 divided by 7 is 2. We'll multiply straight across. 9 times 1 is 9. 2 times 8 is 16. And that's our final answer. So we'll write that here. 9 in the numerator, 16 in the denominator. That's 9/16. And we'll write that on the next line. Okay, so we're up to number 5. 9/16 times 1/2. I'm going to change the color to keep our work clear. 9/16 times 1/2. Now, we cannot simplify anything. The 16 and the 1 are already simplified. 2 is not a factor of 9. So we just multiply straight across. 9 times 1 is 9. 16 times 2 is 32. And that's our final answer. And that goes here. And that goes here. I think we're going to use our our separate paper for number 6 because we have 3 fractions that we're adding together. 5 times 3/5 times 9/32. So that's number 6. 5 times 3/5 times 9/32. Okay, so first thing I want to do is give this 5 a denominator of 1. And then I'll rewrite this problem, and I'll do these first 2 fractions first. So 5/1 times 3/5, and we can make this very easy. 5 divisible by itself 1 time, 5 divisible by itself 1 time, multiplying straight across. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 1 is 1, and 3/1 equals 3. But for now, I'm going to leave this as a fraction because I still have to multiply that answer, that product, by 9/32. So I'll rewrite that 3/1 times 9/32. And again, I cannot simplify. 3 is not a factor of 32. So I'm just going to multiply straight across. 3 times 9 equals 27. And 32 times 1 equals 32. And that number, those numbers are larger than we're used to, but that is completely simplified. We cannot simplify that any further. So we'll put that answer on our paper. 27/30/32, 27/32. So we'll rewrite that here as well. So now we've got 27/32 multiplied by 8/9. So I see that 8, lots of simplifying I can do. 8 is a factor of 32. So 8 divided by 8 is 1. 32 divided by 8 is 4. And also 9 is a factor of 27. 9 divided by 9 is 1. 27 divided by 9 is 3. We multiply straight across. 3 times 1 equals 3. 4 times 1 equals 4. And that's our final answer, 3/4. We'll also put that on the next line. And now we have 1/2 times 3/4. And there's nothing we can simplify. So we're going to multiply straight across. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 4 is 8. So the answer there is 3/8. And that is fully simplified already. And we'll put that on the next line. And now, again, we have 3 fractions being multiplied together. So let's go ahead and use our separate paper. And that's number 9. 6/7 times 3/8 times 7/8. So we'll start with the first 2 fractions. 6/7 times 3/8. Now, 7 and 3 cannot be simplified, but 6 and 8 are both divisible by 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Remember, smaller numbers are better numbers. So multiplying across, 3 times 3 is 9. 7 times 4 is 28. So now I'm going to take 9/28, and I'm going to multiply it by 7/8. So definitely going to need a calculator for this one. 3 times 3 is 9, 28. Because we cannot simplify. Well, we can. We have the 7 and the 28. So 7 divided by 7 is 1. 28 divided by 7 is 4. That makes our work easier. So multiplying across, 9 times 1 is 9. 8 times 4 is 32, and that's a final answer. So let's go ahead and put that on our paper. 9/32, and we'll write that in the next problem as well. And even though we have the answer, we always check. So 4/9 times 9/32, and 9 and 9 are divisible by 9, providing product of 1. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 32 divided by 4 is 8. Multiplying across, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 8 is 8. So our answer checks. So let's go back to that exit ticket. So here is our exit ticket, and let's see what we can do with it. When multiplying a whole number by a fraction, well, we did that several times in this exercise. So when multiplying a whole number by a fraction, I rewrite the whole number as a fraction with a denominator of 1. So good job today. Happy last day of November. Tomorrow it will be December, and this year is coming to a close. You've worked hard. I appreciate your hard work, and I hope you're feeling better and better at fractions every day as we practice this. Keep up the good work, students. Keep working hard. You're doing this for you. Every day you work hard is a day that you're better than yesterday. And I know that students with practice, you'll be great.